have to go back to NFL Pro, so I don't have to close it back out. Now, another player that kind of popped up here in terms of PFF and some of the tweets they've been – I love these tweets too, that when they throw this stuff out, just to kind of put into perspective how the national media is seeing some of these guys. They put out a tweet, the top 10 offensive tackles in the NFL today. Number 1, Jordan Mailata. Number 2, Tristan Wirfs. Number 3, Rashawn Slater. 4, Trent Williams. 5, Lane Johnson. 6, Penei Sewell. 7, Christian Darrisaw. 8, Laramie Tunzel. 9, Zach Tom with the Green Bay Packers. So I know I think it was Steno that recently said that there's open competition at right tackle. Me not buying that at all. I ain't buying that at all. Zach Tom is the right tackle unless they want him to play somewhere else. The fact that he's continuing to get noticed nationwide tells me that Zach Tom is due for a payday, and I really, really hope they don't try to buck too hard on this, man, because the longer you wait, we learned this with Jordan Love's contract, right? They held off on giving him the contract, and then it carried into training camp. And lo and behold, 1 or 2 quarterbacks, one specifically Jared Goff, gets his deal done. Well, guess what? The number just went up, right? If they try to play hardball with Zach Tom and not get that deal done sooner rather than later, don't be surprised if a couple more tackles get a deal before training camp, and all of a sudden that number goes up on Zach Tom a little bit more. Not to say that he should get paid top 3 tackle money, but every time a tackle gets paid and that bar gets raised, Jacob, it's going to cost you more money, man. It's just like that credit card. Pay that sucker off, because the longer you wait, it's just getting more and more expensive.
That's true. And plus, you got to look at just the age of – I mean, like, obviously you look at guys like Trent Williams, Laramie Tunzel, they're at the back half of their career, right? When you got a guy that's as young and as good as Zach Tom, you want to make sure you just get that contract done. Like you said, don't wait it out. Don't give them an opportunity to, don't get the player upset. Don't get the agent upset. Don't get there be bad blood between the organization and the player, organization between the agent. Let's just get it done. Like you said, the quicker the better. Even maybe, would that be a situation where Goot tries to extend him a little earlier than normal? Don't wait till an off season. Maybe do it while we're in season, get a little bit of a discount there, and just say, hey man, we want you on this team. You want to be the staple of this offensive line. Let's get something done quick. Let's help, put a little, pat each other on the back a little bit and see if we can get it, not stretched out.
It's what Chris is saying here, man. Goot already waited too long to extend Zach Tom. It's the last year of his deal. Yeah. So if you were going to get a little bit of a discount, that was going to come as soon as the season ended. Yeah. That's where I'm already like, this is feeling like the Jordan Love contract again. And you guys know how I feel. The market is the market. You either want the player or you don't. I wanted Jordan Love extended. I'm not dogging him on that. I just wished he would have went a little earlier, because you could have saved yourself some money. The longer you wait, that price is going to continue to go up. And I
remember, wasn't there like 3 quarterback contracts that ended up getting signed in the time that we were waiting, and each one of them kept jumping. Yeah.
The one that sticks out to me was Jared Goff. As soon as Jared Goff got his deal, I was like, son of a, can we please get this finished already? Because the price keeps going up. And that's the thing. Like, maybe they're looking at Zach Tom, and I'm not trying to be, rude here or anything. Zach Tom comes across as a level-headed, nice team first type of guy. Maybe they're looking to try to, hey, let's see what we can, you know what I mean? That's
for granted.
The other thing too is, like, people talk about how he didn't perform, he didn't play his best football down the stretch because he struggled there against Philly. Hell, everybody struggled against Philly's front.
They won the Super Bowl.
Right. I want to say this too. The thing that those people don't mention very often, Jacob, is the fact that Zach Tom played coming off of that torn pec, right? Now, keep this in mind. He tore his pec and bounced back from it, just like Tucker Kraft did. If I remember correctly, it was Tucker Kraft that tore his pec along with Matt LaFleur as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, and LaFleur.
Battling that injury, Zach Tom still had an 85.8 PFF grade. Now, when you go to Zach Tom's page here, this is what I want to point out. While battling an injury, a torn pec, playing basically, as Tauscher talked about, kind of playing with one arm, essentially, most of the year. With that, his grades went from 68 his rookie year, another example of telling you, man, that 60s grade, 65 plus especially, is an indicator a rookie is going to be really, really good. Here's another example of it. 2023 jumps to a 79, tears his pec in training camp, and then lo and behold, ends up having an 85.8 for a PFF grade for the 2024 season. Pay that man his monies. Pay him yesterday. Like, I don't know why we got to wait on that. That's one thing that it's starting to really starting to bother me. It is. So let's see here. Greg Rice says, I will ask one more time. Do we know Tom or his agent do not want to wait to get more money? Greg, I can't think of a scenario, and if you find one, name it off, where a player going into the last year of their contract, especially a fourth-round pick who's gotten paid pennies on the dollar, you go, no, let's just wait till the end of the year. I want to get more money. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but name the player, because they are usually chomping at the bit to get security. Because if you don't approach it, and that's not a knock on Tom, Greg, if you don't approach it that way and he gets hurt, you just lost possibly tens of millions of dollars. If he goes and tears his ACL, he's screwed, right? He's got to now prove in the offseason, and next year, probably wouldn't be till next year until he could prove it, that, hey, I'm good to go, I'm healthy. So, yeah, I would push back pretty hard on that, Greg, that, I don't think he and his agent are going, no, don't take no deal. Let's try to play this year out. I don't think that would be the way to roll there. So Randy Steen with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, did anyone see the article about Roseman pushing so much money out to 2029? I believe because he knows the new CBA is going to explode the cap. That's been a conversation that's been going on for a couple of years now, because there's a bunch of TV money and stuff that's going to hit. But also, Philly is getting really, really aggressive with pushing the money out with avoidable years and everything. So much so that the league is now looking up and going, hey, guys, this is getting out of control. Let's start to rein this in. I think they're going to try to do a rule change. I don't know if they'll get it passed or how soon they're going to try to do it. But he's talking about, I think, is it Howie Roseman? Am I thinking right? I don't know if that's how you spell his last name or not, but that's the general manager for the Eagles. People are asking who that is. Yeah. So they're starting to bend, I don't want to say bend the rules, but they're getting really aggressive with it, and I think owners are starting to look up and go, hey, guys, let's calm down here. Let's try to bring this in. So they're probably going to try to do some kind of rule change, rule adjustment to prevent that from happening. But, yeah, I don't think it so much applies here to the Zach Tom conversation. But you're right, though, Randy. Thank you for the super chat. And that is a real thing that's going on right now. So appreciate you bringing that up, because, it does come into factor contractually. But, just something to keep an eye on. I personally wish they would do away with it. Because it is it's just phony money, fake money there that you're, essentially tacking on those voidable years. I guess there's a little bit extra added strategy, but to me, man, the salary cap's hard enough to understand as it is. Why try to make it even more, and I don't know. I can't imagine all 31 owners are excited about, hey, let's just set these up to where we're going to be giving money away on the backside if a player's not with us, as opposed to let's just pay them as we go type thing. So, yeah. All right. Everybody commenting on the yawns over there, Jacob. They said the beard needs Red Bull, man.
Bro, I'm struggling. I got up real early today.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I learned I got scolded a long time ago about yawning in a business conference, business meeting, that type of thing. I don't see it as this. I never seen it as disrespectful. But a guy told me one time, he said, if you ever have to speak in front of a crowd and you have someone yawn in your face, he said, it is the worst feeling in the world. And I rolled my eyes until I was on a stage talking to, I don't know, about 200 entrepreneurs, and somebody yawned, and I went, oh, yeah, that does hurt. That sucks. They might as well hold up a sign and go, you're boring the hell out of me. You suck. I know you don't mean that, Jacob. But that's why you never see me yawn on the camera, because I heard it said like at one time, and I'm like, yeah, that I'm never going to do that to anybody ever again. So.
I can't help it. If it's coming, I can't not do it. But
that's, you got to say, we always made jokes about it in the meeting, and you would catch somebody swallowing a yawn is what we called it. But oh, look at my man over there, look, he's fighting it, and he'd be going. So, anyway. All right. Anything else on the Zach Tom